Hello, I'm Mr. Pleasant Books. For this book talk, we'll be discussing the third book in the Galaxy's Edge series, Kill Theme. Now, this book I enjoyed quite a lot. The third book in the series, it went back to just after Kublar happened. Everybody's been rescued. They're brought to the ship, and then they find out. This is where they find out the details happened on Kublar and why it went the way that it did. This book was excellent. I definitely recommend you read it. You find out more about Chunn, Exo, 20s, Wraith, and you meet some new characters. It was really good. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. But from here forward, there will be spoilers. Just letting you know. Alright, bye. Okay, so the book starts with them getting onto the ship where they meet Captain Owen, who is a Dark Ops Legionnaire. Now, the Legionnaires are the best in the military, and the Dark Ops are the best of the Legionnaires. And they're the ones who, their armor is better, their training is better, their physical fitness is better. They're just, like, and it's like going, Green Beret, Navy SEAL. It's just, there's the best, and then the best of the best. And so Captain Owen brings Wraith and Chunn, because they're the only two who are physically fit, uninjured as soon as they get on the ship, who can immediately go out for another mission down to the chiasm in order to download the black box, basically, to find out what happened. Now, Dean goes with him. She was the scientist from the first book who got the communications up and running. We find out that she's Nether Ops, which is kind of the spies, the CIA, if you will. That they don't technically exist, but they're the ones who do the dirty work, the work that this needs to get done. So we're going to do it this way, and we don't care who gets hurt when we do it, more or less. But she goes with them, and they end up making a pretty good team with Captain Owen, Wraith, and Chunn. And when they get back on the ship, Captain Owen says, I need my own team. I need a kill team. I want you two to be on it, and your ranks will be confirmed. You will actually be Captain Wraith and Lieutenant Chunn, but I want you to pick the rest of the team. Who would you like to be on it? So as they think about it, of course they want people from their own company, so they get Exo, 20s, Masters, and Skag. Skag turned out to be the Repub army guy who Chunn liked, and so they got him on the team, and they make the whole team that way. But, but before that happens, Exo still gets court-martialed because of Devers. Or Devers, yeah. And so Captain Owen, Captain Wraith, and Lieutenant Chunn go visit Captain Devers in the hospital, and they almost kill him. They choke him out, and they make him retract what he said about Exo, so that Exo won't get court-martialed, won't get in trouble, and he'll be able to join the kill team. I'm just so happy to have read that. I was really angry at the end of book one when Captain Devers just got everything, and now I find out that yeah, he may have got the awards, but Chunn, Wraith, and everyone else were freed. They got to keep their rank, and they got to keep doing what they love doing, and they no longer had a point as their leader. They have a real Legionnaire as their leader. So I was just very happy to learn that. As you're reading it, we find out that there's a man named X, who is leader of the Carnival, which is a Nether Ops team. And he actually is the one who got a spy named Tom to blow up the chiasm and to blow up Camp Forge, which was Kublar. So it's technically Nether Ops are responsible for all of the death and destruction that happened on Kublar, because Tom actually was able to accomplish the mission. He talked to the right people, got the right information, and was able to get these giant, massive bombs to blow up a capital ship and to blow up an entire Legionnaire base. But you're seeing the two stories. You're seeing the Tom story and the Kill Team story are going along together. You see a little bit of background to find out that Tom did that, and then they sync up and they both start going forward. Where Tom is infiltrating a man named Mr. Scarpia, who is a huge gun runner. And he's got a lieutenant named Froggy. This is also where you meet the G, who are a race of donkey-like people. That's how they describe them. They call them donks as an insult. And they run suicide bombers. They kill for fun. They believe that they're the chosen of the universe. They were like locusts. Just they descend on a planet, strip it of all its resources, eat any life forms that they came across, and then they'd move on. And they didn't stop until the Republic stopped them. And the Republic didn't wipe them out, but contained them to just 4 worlds instead of letting them continue to be the locust of the galaxy. Now the Dongs, they come across as just vile and evil people. And just the things that they do are just horrible. And they're actually planning to, and they still want to take over the entire galaxy, but because of their religion and their beliefs, they aren't as advanced as they should be in order to take over everything. They don't have the weaponry, they don't have the ships, they don't have the technology to defeat the Republic, especially not with the Legionnaires. And so the G, the Dongs, decide to have a plan where they'll suicide bomb the House of Reason itself, wiping out the central core of the Republic. And they feel that if they do that, it'll cause the Republic to crumble, and they'll be able to rise to their eminence and start taking over the galaxy again. But the Kill Team gets word of this and starts training and practicing to stop that. They don't know exactly what's happening. They just know it's going to be on a Corvette, which is kind of a big, medium big warship, or running through the practice. And as they're doing this, Tom is with Mr. Scarpia, getting everything set up to do this suicide run for the G. And he even ends up on the ship with them, which wasn't his plan. and Scarpia was on the ship too, and so was Froggy, and none of them had planned that. They did not mean to be on the ship that was running a suicide mission, but, well, you work with the G, they're going to burn you because they don't care about you. You're not one of them, then as far as they're concerned, you're food. And something else that we find out is that the Savage Wars weren't ended not that long ago. See, when I read the first book, I actually thought the Savage Wars had ended like a couple of centuries before. But according to this book, it's maybe 100 years since the Savage Wars ended, and it just seemed like it had been longer than that. And so the Savage Wars, this big, huge thing that has shaped the galaxy and the Republic for centuries, was actually just a short time ago. Because that's why everyone's still talking about it, why there's still so many rules and regulations and things regarding it. It was just a short time ago. So I thought that was pretty neat to find out that all of these things, that General Rex and all of these people had just been a short time ago. And as Chunn, Wraith, Exo, 20s, Skags, and Masters all got on the ship and they start going in, Chunn gets separated from everybody. Chunn, he somehow went through another door, and we find out it's because Tom was leading him, helping to try to get this ship stopped so that it wouldn't actually destroy the House of Reason. Because Tom, it turns out, is Maydoun. From Book 2, Maydoun, the one who had that data circle that Gus Solis wanted, Tom is Maydoun. So that's why we find out just how important and why his data sphere was so high up that Gus Solis wanted it. Because he was the spy for Kublar. He was the spy that we find out everyone kind of had as the backup plan. That if the House of Reason decides to go crazy or do something stupid, Maydoun knows where all the bodies are buried, knows where everything is and how everything works, has all the codes, all the information. So that's why Maydoun's data sphere was so sought after by Gus Solis. But yeah, Chunn gets separated and he's going his own way, and Tom is letting him through the doors till he gets to Froggy. Chunn and Froggy fight. He kills Froggy, and that's when everyone else catches up except for Skags. Turns out Skags died when they were fighting through the engine compartment. He rushed forward to draw fire, and he got hit too many times and died. The G ended up killing him. They killed all the G in the engine, but Skags died doing it. And then when they finally get onto the bridge and they break through the bridge and they're separating to clear the room, 20s dies and gets shot in the back of the head and kills him. So you have Skags and 20s dying, and when they finally take over and they end it, we find out that it was Wraith who is Captain Keel. Wraith is the one who was sent out to the Edge to be kind of their own personal Nether Ops agent, without actually having any really ties to the government. It's more of ties to just the Black Ops unit. Yeah, I thought it was Exo. It turns out it was Wraith who was the Captain Keel. he doesn't act like Wraith does. He acts more arrogant than Wraith. Wraith always seemed calm and collected, whereas Keel is just a showboat. So I just guessed wrong on that one. As well as stopping the ship, they also capture Scarpia. But here's where we find out that Gossulis is already around and already manipulating things, because Scarpia is sent out to Gossulis to get him the weapons and everything he needs to start his war. The war that he is planning on fighting at the end of Book 2. So this is all starting to tie together right now. I am looking forward to reading the rest of the series, but that's how this book ends. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this book talk. Mr. Pleasant Books, please come back.